everyone, it's Olga. Today I have my husband here with me, Sergi.
How you doing, guys?
And we're going to show you a recipe that is perfect for a romantic date night at home.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. So today we're going to be cooking some shrimp with pasta and vegetables. It's really delicious. It's absolutely beautiful. The ingredients that we need for this recipe are obviously shrimp. They're the star of the show. I usually use frozen shrimp, just thaw them and then peel them. And you can leave the tails on or peel it completely. For the vegetables, we're using a bell pepper, celery, shallots. You can use onions instead, some zucchini, garlic, and tomatoes. And then we're also gonna add some parsley at the end. You can use other fresh herbs if you want to. Of course, salt and pepper to season everything, some white wine, and some olive oil to cook it all in. The only other ingredient is pasta, and I really like using angel hair for this recipe. What I like to think about when cooking recipes that we're gonna cook together as a couple is something that is quick, so that's pasta, and shrimp cooks really fast too. Plus shrimp is kind of like something you would make for a special occasion, and then all of those colorful vegetables make it really beautiful to look at too, which I think is important too for a date night. It has to look great too.
This is one of those perfect dinners where both of us can do things together. We're at the counter, we're chopping, prepping things to be cooked, and catching up on our day. That's perfect.
Yep. Yeah, we actually do cook this particular dinner a lot together, and it has plenty of things to chop, and it's much faster when the two of us are doing it. First things first, we're gonna fill up a pot with water and get it boiling on the stove, and we'll start chopping all the vegetables. We wanna have everything prepped and ready to go because the shrimp cooks really fast, and then we'll head over to the stove. Slice the shallots, celery, bell peppers, and zucchini. Thin, long strips will look perfect with the long strands of angel hair pasta. Peel the garlic and mince it, or just have it ready for the garlic press. The garlic press makes it super easy. Cut the parsley. Basil is really great here too, so I love adding it in the summer when it's in season. Okay, we've got most of our vegetables prepped. Sergi's just gonna finish up those tomatoes. And we took out the seeds from the tomatoes. If you don't mind the seeds, you can keep them in, it's up to you. I really like it this way better. And I'm going to season the shrimp with some salt and pepper. And then we're gonna start cooking everything. I'm gonna saute the shrimp first and then set them aside and start sauteing the vegetables. I'm gonna use dry white wine to make the sauce. It's really good. It pairs so well with seafood. I'm using Sauvignon Blanc. That's a type of wine that I use for a lot of recipes. When the pasta water is boiling, season it generously with salt and add the angel hair to the water and cook it until it's done the way that you like it. While the pasta is cooking, cook the shrimp and the veggies. Use a paper towel to dry the shrimp as thoroughly as possible, then season it with salt and pepper on both sides. In a large skillet, heat the oil until it's really hot and then add the shrimp, placing it in one layer in the skillet. Cook it on high heat until the shrimp is golden at the bottom and is turning pink. Cook it on the second side until it's cooked and remove the shrimp from the skillet. Shrimp only takes a few minutes to cook, so be careful not to overcook it, otherwise they'll be tough and rubbery. Repeat with the remaining shrimp. Set the shrimp aside until you cook the vegetables. In the same skillet, add a bit more oil and add the shallots and the celery. Season them with salt and pepper and cook on medium heat until they start to soften, about 3 to 5 minutes. Drain the pasta and set it aside. But before you drain it, scoop out some of the pasta water and save it. Pasta water has some starch in it from the pasta cooking, so it's perfect to use to deglaze the skillet or to add to the sauce later to thin out the pasta dish if it needs it. If the bottom of the skillet starts to get too brown before the vegetables soften, add a bit of water or some of the pasta water that you reserved to help deglaze the skillet. As soon as you add some liquid to the skillet and use a wooden spoon to start scraping it, all of those brown bits will soften and the skillet will get nice and clean. Anytime that you're cooking a pasta dish with a sauce, I recommend that you do that. That pasta water comes in handy. Add the bell peppers, seasoning with salt and pepper, mix to combine, and then cook for about another 3 minutes. Move the vegetables aside in the middle of the skillet, add a drizzle of oil, and add the garlic. Saute the garlic for about 30 seconds to a minute, just until the garlic is nice and fragrant. Mix it with the rest of the veggies. Add the zucchini, again seasoning with salt and pepper. I like seasoning all of my food in stages, and then mix to combine and cook for just a few minutes until the zucchini softens. Zucchini also cooks really fast, so this doesn't take long. Pour in the white wine, scraping the bottom of the skillet to remove all of those delicious golden bits that will add so much flavor to the dish. Keep mixing and cooking until all the veggies are tender but still vibrant and have some texture, not mushy or falling apart. If you don't want to use white wine in this recipe, just use a little bit of lemon juice and some of that pasta water instead. There's going to be some liquid from all the veggies too, especially the zucchini, so that will naturally add some juiciness to the sauce. Add the cooked shrimp and the veggies to the pasta as well as the chopped tomatoes and parsley. Using the fresh tomatoes and parsley really makes this dish stand out because it has some of the sauteed veggies as well as a lot of fresh flavors too. Add more pasta water if needed to thin out the sauce. The shrimp is so plump, juicy, and sweet, and the veggies add so much flavor to this pasta dish. The sauce coats everything so wonderfully without making it too heavy. Since this recipe has the pasta, the shrimp, and so many veggies, it's pretty much a one-dish dinner. But you can also serve it with a simple salad, and that makes it more than complete.
One of my favorite dinners is ready. We're about to dig in.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, honey, thanks for helping me cook. It's so much fun to cook together, to film together. So we're gonna go enjoy our dinner. And you're not invited to our date. Go have one of your own.
And if you want this recipe, go to olgasflavorfactory.com.
Thanks for watching and see you next time. Sometimes making a date night happen at home can be a little bit challenging, especially if you've had a long day, you're already tired, and if you have children, then they need attention too. So here's a few practical things that might help. One thing that always helps me and puts me in a different frame of mind is to get dressed up a little bit. So I'll put on a dress or just a cute shirt and a pair of jeans, do my makeup, and I feel so much better about myself. I feel cute, so I'm in a better mood. I also take a little bit more effort with setting the table and make it look nice, maybe put some flowers and a candle on the table, and it just elevates a typical dinner into something more special. While we're cooking, we try to enjoy that process too and turn on some music and talk, and that makes it more special than just trying to put dinner on the table. We have 2 boys, so what works for us is to feed them first. So I'll feed them a lot of times even before my husband comes home from work. They're fed. When they're full, they're happier. And if we're not gonna have to feed them and answer all their questions while we're talking, which is great on a regular night, but if it's a date night, then we feed them first and then set them up for something fun that'll keep them occupied. Sometimes I'll bring out toys that we have in storage in the garage or in a closet. We kind of keep toys in a rotation here at our house. So when we bring out something they haven't seen for a while, they'll really play with it for a long time. Or I'll buy something completely new for date night, like a new Lego set, new puzzles, or new cars or something, and they'll play with them for a long time without bothering us. And of course, one thing that always works is movie night. So we'll give them some snacks, set them up with a movie, and we know they're gonna be sitting there and watching it for as long as that movie is playing. And now the whole family's looking forward to date night, not just mom and dad, but the kids too, because they know while mom and dad are spending time together, they get to do something special too. How do you guys make date night happen at your house? How do you occupy your kids? What do you do to make it more special? I'd love to hear all of your ideas.